Pangea provides users with a context-sensitive, visually noiseless, and consistent simple user interface. On the login form, a link, Forgot Password, to help you reset your login credentials if you have forgotten them. After a successful login, you will be at your landing page. Landing page is user group or user specific. It is always accessed by clicking the Home link at any time. There are 3 universal possible flows from the landing page. These flows exist and remain accessible throughout the life of a session. The first universal flow is a logout button on the upper right corner of the screen. It simply logs you out and aborts the session. The second universal flow is the user profile link, which is accessed by clicking your name in the upper right corner next to the logout button. Through this link, functions such as changing password or changing your specific PIN codes are accessed. This link is also the portal to several other functions. Each function is accessed by clicking the relevant menu item such as My Tasks, My Processes, etc. The third universal link is the live chat pop-up screen located at the lower right corner. If you click on the sign, the live chat screen pops up and an agent of Pangea responds to your live chat request. The button and links on live chats are self-explanatory. Normally, user landing page links are consistent with user permissions and privileges in the system. Basically, one of the following types of landing screen is shown. Type 1 landing screen. If you have access to more than one application, a group of application links are displayed. Clicking on any link will take you to the landing screen of that particular application. Type 2 landing screen. If you have access to only one application, your landing screen is the landing screen of that application. Application landing screen is consistent, always showing the following elements: a search string input text box, a search button, a refresh button, an application menu button, a list below the above elements with a select button related to each row. If you enter any string in the search text box and click enter or search, the list elements will be filtered for the value in the search text box. If you click the refresh button, the filter is removed and the list restores the baseline values. In addition to 3 universal flows mentioned before, other ones can be accessed in the application's landing screen. User choices and actions usually drive the session by navigating through the different menus and different menu items. If you click on Application Menu, a menu will be displayed related to this application functions. If you click any of these menu items, the requested function is executed. In Dynamic Medical Application, for example, if you click the first menu item, Register New DM Customer, the corresponding data input form, Add Customer to Dynamic Medical, is opened. Click on Open Business Service List. The corresponding list is retrieved and displayed. If you click the Select button of a row, a menu is displayed showing the possible actions that can be taken in relation to the selected element. Click now on Select button or fitting a BK prosthesis. The menu that opens has only one menu item, View Details. If you click this button, the original form that was used to register this particular item in the system opens up. This form, for example, has only one possible flow by closing the form. Click on the small X sign in the upper right corner of the form to close it. This will take you back to the menu screen related to the element, fitting a BK prosthesis, with the View Details button. Now close the menu screen by clicking the X on its upper right corner. This will take you back to the list of services in Dynamic Medical. The menu that appears when you click Select varies according to the list nature. Click on the application menu now to change the services list and select Open Person Customer List. Click on Select button of any customer row. Differently from a service row, the menu of a customer displays many flows. The action of each button is again self-explanatory. The menu that appears after selecting a row shows a Copy button below the menu items. Context-related values of session variables are displayed in a drop list. User can select a variable and click Copy. The selected variable value can then be pasted using the Ctrl-V function where required. Now let's try to open and use a data input form. Please note the following points regarding Pangea data input forms when you are using them. There is a Copy button and a drop list at the upper right corner. The form has a special form ID value that appears near the upper right corner. On any control or text box, if you right-click, a small form appears to permit you to flag the control or add a special annotation string value that will be attached to the control. A label annotation text box appears on the top of the form controls below the form title. Values entered in this text box appear when lists of this form are shown in the system. Therefore, label annotation serves to distinguish the form when it appears in lists. Pangea forms are closed by clicking the small X on the upper right corner of the form. Now we will open a data input form to register a new customer. Click on the Application menu. Click on Register New DM Customer. Enter data in the form as needed. Make special note on the field Next of Kin information and Contact. This field has an edit button next to it. You can edit the values in the field only by clicking this edit button to open a special pop-up form. After filling the form and clicking OK in the pop-up, the data that you have entered is properly placed in the field. After you finish entering data to register a new customer, click on Save and Lock to save your work. Because this form is in a restricted form, user authentication is required to permit data saving. It is not necessary that the logged-in user be the same saving the form. The system will save data when the username and PIN code in the authentication mini-form are accepted by the system. After successful saving of the form, a result screen is displayed showing the following flows. Reopen the saved form. Open an empty form. Log out of the system. A message shows the result of the save process with a track ID that you can use in case of need to communicate with Pangea regarding this form, closing the results screen to take you back to the list screen. Let's now explore other types of Pangea lists and the possible flows in such cases. Click Select on a customer. Click on Get Timeline button. A list of all the forms available for the selected customer appears ordered by date. The forms in this list are grouped by the value of an attribute called Mobject class. The list shows also the number of forms in each group. Each group of forms has an Open List button on its right side. Clicking on Open Lists, the members of the group on the form. The individual forms in this list appear showing the value of the label annotation attribute for each. Each row representing an individual form has an Open Form button on the right side of the list. Clicking on Open Form opens up the target form for view and edits.